Breaking news, folks. Tiger Woods in a horrific car crash. We're talking like this. We're talking like a nasty crash. But good thing is he's alive. We just confirmed he was out of surgery. He had a lot of injuries this crash. Butch, what happened? What? Give me the list of injuries that he suffered. Supposedly.
He suffered communicated open fractures along both the upper and lower portions of his right tibia and fibula, which are two main bones in his lower leg.
God,
And unconfirmed reports have apparently said he also suffered an injury to the talus bone. So this was in his driving foot, and this is definitely going to sideline him.
It
He
sounds
was
like it's gonna
already
side. Yeah, he was already like it's questionable for the
as fit
Masters.
coming off his back surgery in December, so he was just coming back to peak form, and then this happens. And
Maybe not peak form, but he was back to playing again. And yeah, this is just another setback for him getting back to golf. But I believe that he'll be back and he'll win at least one more match. He's not gonna. Unfortunately, the sad thing is he's not gonna break Jack Nicklaus's record of 18. Was it 18?
majors.
Yeah, 18 majors. And
He'll get set. Hopefully, he'll break the tie with Sam Snead for all-time PGA Tour wins. But this injury, details surrounding it,
I have actually a rant on.
you wonder how he's going to come back from this, or if he's going to come back. He's 45 years old.
I really want him to come back. Maybe he won't come back in like a big way, is like him chasing the record, but I just want him to come back and play. That's all I want. He's not gonna.
This will sideline him for at least 2021.
Yeah,
I think we could confirm that.
yeah. Like my best
this
case scenario
year is definitely not.
My best case scenario, he's back at the driving range next year, 2022. Or no, he might actually he might be back at the driving range come at the end of 2021. He's got his own private range, so he could probably take a few swings there, depending on his rehab.
Lucky bastard. Lucky bastard. I'm just saying how nice it would be if we had our own private driving range. Oh, you could just go to your backyard and boom, driving range.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
you must really love golf to put a driving range in your backyard.
I would say a chipping call. I would say a chipping hall. Anything.
I mean, does Tiger Woods actually have a driving range in his backyard? I do not know.
Probably does. I guarantee he has at least a hole to practice on.
He probably has, probably not in his backyard, but he's probably got a private range where he calls up someone and says, "Hey, I'm coming in, clear everyone else out."
If he had his own backyard range, he'd have to work it out with his neighbors, put nets up, and oh hey, if you're gonna have that up, let me get some swings in there.
Yeah, but
in all seriousness, folks, this was a very horrific car accident.
This was a horrible crash. If you see like the thumbnail of this episode, the thumbnail of this discussion is a photo of that crash. You tell me if you see a car like that, you're thinking, "Oh my god, this guy's like crippled or something." No, he's lucky. He's really lucky. He didn't suffer anything worse.
The fact that he was responsive at the time of the crash really speaks for itself.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not in like searing pain from all his bones broken, he was in shock though when he was talking to the cops.
It was a little bit of a shocker when the initial reports were said jaws of life were being used.
I actually have a rant I want to go on about the media, about the coverage of this crash, but
what I will say is thank goodness Tiger is at least alive, and he's at least, I don't want to say good spirits, but at least he's somewhat up and at him. He's not in a coma. We're not talking about life-threatening injuries. Definitely was a scary incident, though.
It was.
It happened.
It was very scary.
Luckily, we have confirmed it was an accident.
Yeah.
It's not like they're doing an investigation.
There was a lot of speculation on this. Some people say that he was on drugs at the time of the crash. That some said that he got cut off, which isn't the case, because if it was, I guarantee the person that cut him off and caused crash is probably knocking on sword, but that didn't happen. This crash was purely an accident, which contradicts what a lot of people reported or implied And these implications, and to a degree, I gotta give ESPN a little credit for waiting to break the news than just spitting the nonsense others have done and trying to be the first people out there to get the story.
Here's Media 101. This is what they should teach sportscasters and all news personnel in general. Let the story play out, and when the dust settles, pick up the pieces and start reporting.
Yeah, that's the one thing I hate. That's the one thing I hate about today's media.
If you're going off of Common Johnny that was just sitting by and he overheard something and said to someone else, and that's apparently good enough to report on something like MSNBC or Fox News or CNN.
I mean, they were willing to make inaccurate and dangerous statements that got people riled up, which is probably the point of most news today, is being the first one to make the most sensational story. They were so focused on telling this story of Woods' crash, they were playing up, but they forgot one key detail. He was still alive. He was responding to the police. He was in surgery. He was fixing non-life-threatening injuries. And we're thinking because how they show pictures of the car and tell us how they used the jaws of life and going on about his legacy and the tribute-like footage made me think he was dead.
Playing with in the days
they made us think he was dead. And that pissed me off so bad because I thought, he's still alive. Why are we acting like this guy's dead?
I broke the news to you because this is
you broke the news to me, and you broke the news to me, and the way you were talking to me, the way you broke it to me, made it sound like, oh my god, is he dead? But because you used the
Jaws.
Yeah, you saw the words Jaws alive, and you told me, and I thought he was dead. And you know what's also the weird thing about this? Let's take the time to appreciate another key fact. Not only is he alive, but he could probably come back from this. There are many who have been in a similar situation or got rid of a tragic accident. And what do most people in the news do in this situation? They play up the drama. They play up how they're like, oh my God, look at this crash. And they did this and that. And it's like, in the end, he's alive. He's responsive. He doesn't seem depressed. Let's just focus on the good stuff. Let's focus on that fact. Forget about the affairs. Forget about all the prior injuries. Forget about his history. Let's report on the fact that Woods is alive. And the fact that the sport of golf is coming to his support. But the real story is, let the rehab plans be the story. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing about his past, nothing about... Let's let what's going on right now be the story.
Now, the story involves golf's superstar, golf's basically god. Because
golf's Michael Jordan.
Tiger has been the face of golf, let's be honest, for the last 25 years. And yes, he has been the more controversial figure in golf. If we are talking about his prior escapades in 09.
Who isn't controversial in golf? Let's think about that.
Who's the guy with all the baggy pants? John Daly. Because of his DUI arrest.
Yeah, John Daly.
Did you ever hear about this?
Yes.
Hooters promised him free beer and wigs, and that resulted in him getting a DUI.
I never heard that part of the story, but I did know about the DUI story. I never heard that part. But anyway, back to Tiger.
In all seriousness, it was weird seeing in the media, the initial hours after a report, we're talking about the similarities between this and the 09 car crash, the one that exposed his second life and what. It's just like,
that stuff is in the past. We moved on. He gets in a car crash, and he's alive, and he's the same mind, and we know what happened. But that's what you're going to run with? Is that story?
Then you have all his exes, like Lindsey Vonn, his original first wife, come out and say, "I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay." It's like, what the fuck?
No, she came out. No, it's one app. You're taking the X route. I was like, you said Tiger Woods X, Lindsey Vonn. Can you just say Lindsey Vonn tweets her support for Tiger? Yeah. Why'd you have to add the X part in there? Because again, we're getting back to you're bringing up the negatives to the story.
I'm just saying an ex-girlfriend, and because Lindsey Vonn was definitely one of the more notable people Tiger was with.
Yeah. A lot of people tweet out, but can we just let that be a story about all these people coming out to support Tiger? Let's not nitpick who's doing it.
But that was the case. They were talking about people coming out of the woodwork as in prior relationships. Imagine if I brought up his caddy, Steve Williams.
And you know what story they will run with that? Oh, yeah, his caddy said something, and then it's going to be like a whole 2-3 minutes of their history and all the bad shit that happened there. I just want to stay positive through this. He's alive. He's well. He's gonna try to come back, and people want to see him come back. And this is what makes it so great.
The question. Wait. The question is he going to come?
Well, that's
I'm
what
on
we're.
the fence about that. I'm on the fence about that only because of his.
Okay, let me say this. We want to see him come back because, and I hate to bring this up because I'm trying to stay positive, but when he had that crash back in 2009, he definitely fell off his pedestal. But he slowly crawled his way back up. We saw the comeback live, and guess what? He got himself another victory. He got himself another green jacket. And when this crash happened, we're back in the same thing. We want to see him come back. We want that comeback story. That's why we're holding on to the hope that he does come back. Like, I know he's not going to break the major record, but I would love to see him get the green jacket one more time. That's like the best case scenario.
Sam Snead.
Yeah,
the best case scenario is he comes back and he wins
a
random tournament.
He wins one more to prove that, hey, I may have broken all the bones in my legs. I may be old, but I still got it. I'm still Tiger freaking Woods.
You gotta love all the respect from prior, former, and current PGA tour members that have come out in support of Tiger. You may not like it. You may like it. You may not forgiven him for what happened in 2009, but he's definitely one of the more respected athletes.
He is definitely not only one of the most respected athletes, he's the face of golf to a lot of people. Not only just the boomers and, well, I don't know, depends on what you classify as a boomer, or Gen Z, or millennial. But I know a lot of millennials, when they think golf, Tiger Woods is the first name they come up with. You and me, when we were growing up, Tiger Woods was not so big, they named the PGA game after him. And those games were freaking great.
A lot of people knew his name wasn't, even I knew.
Like, you think golf, Tiger Woods. That's the first thing that comes to everyone's mind. That's how much of a household name he is.
And because of his superstar status, and because of the fact that he was on a pedestal, and because he has distanced himself as one of the greatest athletes of all time, is what makes this kind of more, in a way, tragic, because he was up at his peak, at his prime. He had the incident happen, and then he had the comeback story, and now it's starting over again.
Which he did. He was on the road to that full comeback where we were actually having a conversation of could he break the record.
And I hate to bring this up. We are 1 year past the tragic helicopter crash of Kobe, and
which again, I have a same rant for the media on the Kobe thing. But then again, let's just say modern media is not going to learn its lesson.
People have come out and said how grateful they are for Tiger to be alive. Yeah, Kobe was the face of the NBA, and yeah, he was disliked by many, many fans, but at least they could agree that he was respected overall as an athlete for his accomplishments on and off the court. Same thing with Tiger. Just what he's done, where he's come from, and what he's had to overcome. You got to respect his story.
Let's forget all the negative press that he generates. Let's forget all that story. Let's focus on the fact of what he did, what he's done for golf, and what he'll continue to do if he does return. He will be the biggest ambassador for golf since. I'm trying to think of like a big names in golf that became ambassadors. Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Phil Mickelson,
Sam Snead. I mean, you're going way back. Oh God, who had the epic collapse? Oh God, it was not too long ago.
Wait, which epic collapse are you thinking?
Not John Van Pant. No. Gary Norman.
Oh yeah.
Well, he may not be like out there with
but the point is he is representing golf the best way he can, and that's all I gotta say to this is, Tiger, I'm praying for your comeback. Get well soon. The whole golf world, the whole sport world misses you, and is glad you're alive, and we just want to see you play again.
If he does play again, I will say if he's playing close to Detroit, I would just love to go out.
I would love to go see him play at least once.
I ask you one thing though. Do you have interest? Let's say before this, if someone gave you tickets to like an outing, like seeing these professionals play Okay, let's just your example by you would be like what, Elmhurst?
That would be that I think that would be the closest one to me.
Would you go?
Yeah, I would go. Well, I'll admit, I would go mostly because hey, it's an outing, so that means that if I'm invited, that means probably someone's gonna pay for some of my drinks. So yeah, I would definitely go rub shoulders with some people. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a big golf of even if it's just like a small outing with some pro, like a sub 200 pro. I'd still go.
I'd like to. Detroit brought back the Rocket Mortgage Classic, and
Yeah, I remember
it
that.
didn't get some of the biggest names, but it definitely got some notable ones. And at a historic golf course like the Detroit Golf Club, I mean, it's fun if you're able to go, single, maybe before when they're doing like the practice rounds and whatnot. You have the players interact with the fans. That would be kind of cool to witness. Definitely the Masters is up there. Augusta's beautiful. I heard my grandfather.
Pebble Beach is amazing. Pebble Beach is iconic. Like
Only
if
reason
Tiger
I
Woods
would-
ever comes back, he's got to play Pebble Beach at least one more time.
That would be pretty beautiful. The scenery of the Pacific Ocean and Tiger putting on one of the more infamous screens.
You know what would be legendary? Imagine him coming back and him going to the Waste Mansion Open in Phoenix. I can't think of the course name. Is it?
Oh, jeez, no, he did. He hit one in a couple.
No. Just imagine him coming back
the 16th
now.
hole. Yeah, the 16th hole.
Yeah, him coming back now and just taking a swing, just like even if he gets a par or bogey, the fact that he comes back, plays that hole. You know how
as all those drunk idiots,
everyone will explode. It would be the loudest. It would definitely be the loudest hole in golf history.
Mashed potatoes.
If you yell that at a golf tournament, I don't know you. All right. Anyway,
I'm just trying to think of stupid shit.
All right. Anything? You got anything else to say about Tiger Woods before we call it here?
Tiger, best of luck on your road to recovery. We're glad to see you alive. And media, please take a note from us and let the dust settle before you report on this, because you don't want to give overall golf fans a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like you did on Monday.
Yeah. If there's anything I would like to add to this, I would just say, first, Tiger, if you could at least come back and take one swing at, even if it's your course, if you take one swing, play in any tournament, that's a win. That's a huge victory coming back from this crash.
Mm-hmm.
And
take your time. Take your time.
Oh, don't rush it. Do not rush it. Come back. Take your time.
Especially the back. Take your time.
You're not. No one's rushing you to come back. We just want to see you come back. Period. We don't. It could take a year. It could take 2 years. Hell, you come back 10 years from now. I would still support.
Can you imagine they do like that $1 million hole like they did with who did they do it with last year? Can you imagine doing something like that? They rush it like, hey Tiger, let's have you play a hole for $1 million. No, Tiger, just take your time. Come back for the Masters next year. Oh, don't get rushed in by Charles Barkley or Michael Jordan betting on the golf course.
Ooh. I was about to say, if you ever want to do like another like one of those contest things, you could definitely that'd be low stress enough for him to do it for charity. Like a Tiger Woods charity golf tournament where it's like a straight
one challenge.
like a straight celebrity knockout tournament. That would be amazing.
Or do a hole-in-one challenge. First person to make a hole-in-one makes $1 million.
500 ball challenge to all the celebrities to make a hole in one.
Have you seen those videos? I'm sorry, I don't mean to get a tangent, but goddamn, dude, those are fun to watch.
But I feel I'm sorry going on a side tangent, folks, but I feel that I play golf occasionally. I have a good drive, short game. But I'll tell you what, try to make a hole in one. Watch this. I feel every time they come close, I am almost screaming at my phone.
And they say like a foot or a couple inches, like, oh my god, you just had it.
All right.
Freaking had it.
Yeah, all right. So, from Seller County and 500 Sports, from the whole crew, from the whole world, we say, get well soon, Tiger.